All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and we're back. So I'm in the book of Ezekiel, and we're just, I don't know. There's something that brought me here. Well, I'm kind of gonna just like grab a couple chunks out of the chapters in order because I'm trying to see something here. Okay. So this is where this starts. This is kind of like maybe a story time or whatnot. So the past couple of days I've been kind of just like off to myself. I can tell that I've been to myself. I can tell that just even realizing that, whatever energy, had been around me, although it felt safe at times, I think it was, right? But I also feel like, sometimes something can feel like that until, right? If you have certain energy around, can feel like that until it gets its fill, right? Or fullness, or that's again what it thinks or they think. And after a while, things can change, and especially when people put set boundaries, right? Because I feel like it was just a whole bunch of chaos. Although there was growth, there was chaos or something that was going on, or something that was underneath my the radar that maybe I was not picking up on. Something bothersome. How it's just something there, even though everything feel like it's all good. It's not until you really stop, withdraw from the situation, and then get a higher level of understanding around what it is that you're sensing, feeling, or seeing. And this is going to be people that have like gifts when it comes to being intuitive, seers, readers, just anybody. Sometimes you just have, just anybody. I mean, sometimes you just have to take, like I said, a step back. And so that's what I have been doing. It's not even for nobody but myself to like clarify some things. And plus, I have been cooped up for the past couple days with small children, and it really wasn't, I had to kind of keep an eye out. So, during that time, I kind of took some of that time to just like, while I'm sitting there watching the baby play, just go within. And so yesterday, I don't know, I got a little bit tired or whatever. Sometime in the afternoon, the early afternoon, or sometime in the afternoon, okay? And I think, excuse me, just like now again. So anyways, I went upstairs to grab something, and maybe I was trying to escape the children for a minute. So I just laid there, and like I said, yeah, I have been supposedly diagnosed with narcolepsy. Again, like I told you, I think it's had something to do with the spiritual growth or something. But again, sometimes I go through these things, especially if I don't take anything, where I can just be really sleepy all of a sudden, or throughout the day I'm just tired, I'm sleepy. It's just really, I don't know, kind of depleting sometimes, which also makes me think it has something to do with something spiritually too. So anyways, I went up there, and then, so I can kind of just like fall asleep like that, right, is what I'm trying to say. So, and I guess it's a measure of like your REM sleep. Like most people take a certain amount of time to get to it, and I go like immediately. So it's, it's something like that, right? So I'm laying there for a second, and then I dozed off. All of a sudden, I'm in this space where it's almost like I'm in a room, right? You know how like an old private eye detective door, what's the private eye guy or whatever that, I don't know, it was a movie or a show about the guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about, okay? With the hat and stuff, right? So you just imagine somebody in there with their feet kicked up with like, okay, I'm going too far. But anyways, y'all see what I'm saying. So it was kind of like one of those doors that's like in an office or whatever, that's like open at the top or with glass or whatever. And then the bottom is like wooden or whatever. And so I'm sitting in that room, and I think I had like one of my daughters, one of my teens, my youngest daughter and the baby. And they were standing behind me. And so we were in this room. It was kind of like a white room, kind of like I don't even know what kind of room it was. It was like, I don't know if it was like reminding me of like a dorm room, a hospital room, some kind of room. I don't know, like a sterile kind of room. And so all of a sudden I hear like commotion. And then I like go over here, like, you know, to this door, right? And I normally don't like, I normally don't like to share these types of dreams, but this is the first time having like a vision dream kind of something, right? So, all I know is I sense that. And like at this point in time, it's just like, it's just like, for me, I feel like everything is an open book, regardless of how I feel. I feel like whatever energy we dealing with feels like it has the right to expose or to, again, have the right to certain information. And I think it's also like even just to like defile or just make certain people look away because they're not doing, it's a controlling energy. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a controlling energy. And for me, I'm just thinking like all I'm doing all day is trying to figure out, again, which way I'm supposed to be doing, what can I benefit, how can I, sharpen, my skills, to help other people, to open or expand the minds of people. Because then once people, do that, they're on their own. Or maybe it's just that one little piece that you might have to the puzzle or whatever, right? So it's always been that on this channel. But again, now it seems like all of everything I do and say is used against me, right? So, and I feel like I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I'm doing things I feel like that are really like straightforward and trying to, work on just my ways, I'm damned. If I get upset about something and I use more of my gifts, I'm damned. So it's just like, what? If I talk about it, then people feel some kind of way. If I don't talk and don't share, people feel some kind of way. So it's just whatever at this point. So I know that I'm dealing with as pure of a heart that I can. And I know that I'm not out there seeking to devour anybody. All I'm doing at this point in time is trying to protect myself and my family. Okay? And I know that there are different gods on this, okay, in this text. And I feel like that there are different, also a variety of entities on this land. And that's just where we'll keep it. And so, anyways, so I hear this commotion. I look out the door. Just so happens that it is, I hate feeling like that. I hate feeling like me sharing my story is always a problem. When I feel like, again, this type of vlogging is therapeutic to me, because if I keep quiet, then I have a group of people or entities that have the upper hand, that are able to maneuver and manipulate and to control, what I'm saying and how I'm doing it. It's like, if you don't want to do it this way, then it's not, what I'm saying? So I just, again, I see things just a little bit differently when it comes to this text. And I see that there's something wrong in some parts of it. And again, there's some things that actually go with what it is. And again, it's just when it's so new, I feel, to the world, it's just a hard place to be. Okay. When people just really don't understand. But you do have some people out there that do, and you want to share with them, share stories with them. So anyhow, okay. So I hear this commotion. I come to the door. And someone is standing there, and actually it's not somebody, it's a particular female, a YouTuber, within what I would call a certain community that I'm in, supposedly. Right? And again, this is not the first time. So there's a tie to this person. So before I sensed something, I knew there was a tie. Then this started happening where, visions and stuff like that. So again, now it's just confirmation for me. Okay. And so this particular female was there, but then some of my male cousins were there, and some familiar people. They were all kind of like standing there, like in the back. You don't have somebody come to your house to fight you. That's how it was, right? And so they're just standing there, and my cousins are there standing with this girl, but they're just all standing there, and some of them are just like standing with their hands like held like in like a, I don't know, kind of like position where they're have their like one hand clutching the other over their like pelvic area, just standing there like, what's up? Or just standing there like, we just here. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird. And so she's yelling and everything like this, whatever. I'm looking at the door and I kind of put my hand on the doorknob. And at that point in time, she takes, and I don't know if she had something or a key and was trying to get in, and the door actually opened. And so, since it's all these people out there and I had, I'm like already tripping. So I end up grabbing the doorknob and pulling it back in. But, just me, I don't know, like, there's this like always been a hot-headedness about me where I try to keep the balance, but once that point of something is crossed, then it's going down. Like it's relentless. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So it's just like a jolt of something. Like I'm just thinking like, oh, and it feel like a flashback of something, but I'm just like, I'm not really upset. I can feel their energy coming.